Hi, welcome back to Mr. Moser's temporary classroom away from Viewlands Elementary. I'm so happy that you chose to read a story with me today. So, thank you for choosing to grow your brain. Today we are going to read a story called The Dot. But before we read this story, we need to do what we do every day, which is place ourselves on the mood meter. So, when I think about my mood today, I have had a quite interesting day. I think I have felt all of these emotions so far today, and it's not even the afternoon yet. That happens sometimes, and it's okay. Right now, though, I think I've regulated my behavior. I feel pretty calm, so I'm back into the green zone where I feel ready to learn and teach. How do you feel today? What zone are you in? Today, I'm in the zone. Take a moment to think, why are you in the zone that you chose today? Is that where you want to be? If you would like to maybe move over to a different zone, what's a strategy that you can use? If you are in a zone that you're happy to be in, what's a strategy you can use to stay there? Let's see. All right, so today we are going to read a story called The Dot. This story is written and illustrated by Peter H. Reynolds. Now, although I'm not positive that it's written and illustrated by Peter H. Reynolds, when I see just one person's name on the cover of a book, it usually indicates, okay, this person must have written the words, like the author, and made the illustrations. That means they were the illustrator and the author. One name, Peter Reynolds. All right, let's see what Peter Reynolds has to say. The Dot. The Dot. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Vashti. "I just can't draw." I think that's pretty funny how her teacher said it looks like a polar bear in a white snowstorm, because what do you think that would look like? Probably pretty white. I like her teacher. Her teacher smiled. "Just make a mark and see where it takes you." Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good, strong jab. There! Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper towards Vashti and quietly said, "Now sign it." Vashti thought for a moment. "Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name." The next week, Vashti walked into art class. She was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn. Her dot! And framed in swirly gold. Humph! I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Vashti painted and painted. A yellow dot, a green dot, a red dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the red. She discovered that she could make a purple dot. Vashti kept experimenting. Lots of little dots in many colors. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. Wow. She painted all around and left this white space. It does look like a big dot. Look at Vashti. She's working so hard. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. If someone says that either your work or something you do makes a splash, it means it made a pretty big impact. People had some big feelings about it. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're a really great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler." I wonder if Vashti is able to make any connections with how this little boy might be feeling. Has Vashti ever felt like maybe their drawings weren't as good? Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle and she said, what do you think Vashti's gonna say? Let's take a moment to predict what Vashti might say to this little boy. I think Vashti will tell him that his drawing is creative. What do you think? I think Vashti will tell him, please sign it. And that's the book, the end. So I'm making a connection. I remember that when Vashti's teacher was first asking her to make a picture of just a dot or just make a small little thing, I remember that Vashti was not feeling very confident or like her drawings would be very good. But it seems that after a while, her teacher really encouraged her, and with that small act of the teacher also asking Vashti to sign her work, like she did here, and then framing it the next time Vashti entered the classroom, it seems like that made a pretty big impact on Vashti and the way that she wanted to make her art. So why do you think Vashti then asked this little boy to sign his art? What do you think Vashti's gonna do with it now? As I read this story, I made a few different connections between the text that I was reading and my own life. Sometimes when I try new things, I start to feel kind of scared or even frustrated or nervous that I won't do a good job. But just like I read in this story, if I maybe just start by doing one thing at a time, I start small, then sometimes I realize that either I like this new activity that I'm learning how to do, or I realize it's not for me, and that's okay too. So I wonder if you're able to make a connection between this text and your life. Has there ever been something that maybe you were nervous to do at first? Things to think about. Thank you so much for joining me today to read this story. I really appreciate you taking the time to grow your brain with me. I hope that as we continue to read books together, you know that making a connection between either the book that you're reading and your life, or the book that you're reading and other books that you've read or we've read together is a really great way for you to also grow your brain. Thanks for joining me. Have a good day.